I think I don't know if I mentioned it in a later video. Maybe I do, but I can't remember. It's been so long. But like, when they're like going against Battler, like having a little skirmish and deciding what rules are in place for the scenario, Dylanor is like going through a list of stuff, and then like this is before it's revealed that she's killed people.
Yeah.
She goes 7th, and then Erica cuts her off. And then like when I saw that at the time, I looked it up on my phone. Nox's 7th is the detective can't be the murderer. So she's essentially like, I don't know if it was
intentional or not.
Well, I think it's definitely intentional by the writer, but I don't know if that's meaning like if she was going to say like Nox's 7th kind of thing, or if she was just saying 7th along my list of things to bring up.
Yeah.
But I do think it was still intentional mentioning 7th specifically. Because of course, she does end up killing them. Even though she's technically not the detective, it's still just like a interesting little...
Yeah. Yes. Are you recording?
I am recording. I just started.
You are recording. Wait, what?
I just started. Welcome back.
I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, this is interesting discussion.
We are caught up now, I think. So let's get into it.
Does that mean later on though with Nox's 7th? It was?
Hmm?
Does that mean she's like, could she still not be the murderer then?
So she's already the murderer for at least those crimes. Any other crimes? I guess she could...
I swear she was using some, like, even though she's not detective authority. I don't know.
Yeah, they tricked Battler, remember, to give her, like, the stronger tape.
Yeah.
Because he gave them tape that was, like, lousy and wouldn't work as, like, definitive proof. So, like... Yeah, go on.
I thought that he only gave her a certain number of pieces as well.
Well, that's the thing. He gave them... He specified it like this. It was like, I will give you 3 rooms worth of packing tape seals.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I'll give you like 2 strips. He said, I'll give you literally 3 rooms worth. So she could use that on 3 rooms as much as possible. So like... just imagine like a roll that doesn't run out until like... you start moving on to a 4th room. That's when it runs out.
Yeah. Battler!
He fell for the... what do you call it? The crocodile tears he always falls through.
Oh my goodness.
Lost to Beatrice against that. Or nearly did.
That's true.
And then Erica comes along. Alright, we should get started. I've forgotten which demon is which demon.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. I was like, is Fefa me or is Fefa you?
I think Zephyr is me.
Yes, Zephyr
And
is
Fefa is you,
Zephyr
yeah.
is me. Okay, yep. Oh, I gotta get my Jesse James on now.
I don't know if I can do it today. There's people in the next room over and I am embarrassed. Go on.
Okay, I'm just thinking. Sorry.
Jesse!
Jesse.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Zephyr! What's this important announcement?
For the second time, listen, Furfur. Our image song is getting released on CD.
Oh my God.
Lie.
Lies!
Yeah, it's a lie. The exact same thing as last time. Or are you lagging?
Yeah, sorry, it's not loading. Why? Why? Why is that bar? Is it not working? Maybe I have it too big. Alright, we'll go back to small, tiny screen. As long as I can read, I guess it's fine.
We were just so bored of showing up the same way every time.
We thought we'd change our style a bit.
We're entertainers, and the stage is alive.
You've got to ad-lib every now and then. Yeah, we could have done without that, damn it.
Thanks for helping clear the tension, you two. Sorry, but we're still talking about what to do for the second trial. We'd like a little more time. And if possible, some quiet. Sorry, George-kun. Actually, we have a truly important announcement regarding the second trial.
It's good news for some. Is it bad news for others?
Those for which it's bad news have probably already figured it out. If you don't know what we're
talking about, then it's good news
for you.
For you. Beatrice Summer? It's nothing. 5 people were there. Only Butler was missing. Beata's expression was dark and she kept hanging her head. Everyone realized that something must have happened to Butler.
We'd like to announce that Butler-kun has retired before the second trial.
Everyone murmured. Just what had happened? The witch's game will wait forever for him. But a pair of lovers cannot wait forever.
Love is like ice cream. It's sweet and creamy, but if you don't eat it quickly, you'll lose it. Our game isn't so gracious that it'll wait for him to return. So that's what you meant by good news.
Heh. Well, I'm glad that we have fewer rivals now. But if you think I'll applaud someone else's misfortune, you don't know me at all.
Butler-kun, the one we thought of as our greatest enemy. I won't ask why. If the demons in charge say so, then that's how it is.
Then what will happen to Beatrice Summer? It seems I will no longer be qualified to participate in this trial.
After all, this is a trial to test the bonds between lovers.
Butler-kun isn't currently capable of doing that. So his pair is disqualified.
His pair?
It says his pair.
Yep, it does.
It does. How truly saddening.
However, she is one of the participants in this 3-way trial of love. So I think we should let her watch the trial as an observer.
A splendid idea! She does have the right to bless the pair that does overcome the trial.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, I want to watch until the end. And I still believe he will come back quickly, regain his qualifications to join in, and continue this trial with me once again. I think she has the right to be an observer. No objections here.
There's no need for us to be cruel. But even so, we've lost a powerful rival. Sorry to you two, but I'd like to settle this trial right away.
That's George-kun for you. I'm rooting for you the most on the inside.
The coldness with which he furnishes his love makes its heat stand out all the more. At any rate, we've now gone from 3 down to 2, and the 3-way deadlock has been resolved. We weren't able to fight proactively because we were afraid of a 1 against 2 situation. Now that it's 1 against 1, it's just a good clean duel. Rock, paper, scissors.
So, in the end, we come down to the simple conclusion that we should have just done this from the start. I feel like I've made Jessica more gruff.
You have.
The 4 people stood up as they're responding to some invisible summons and faced each other, glaring. Only Beato was off to the side, watching the course of the young lovers fight in suspense. Each pair of lovers possessed an unbreakably strong bond. Then isn't that enough? Their love is already real. There's no need to test it. So why must they fight? The winners will be bound together by a magical miracle, and the defeated will fall apart. Why have the demons promised us that we'll fall apart without a magical miracle?
Yes, why is that?
Why is a demon's game like this necessary? I don't understand. Who was talking? I don't understand who was talking.
I think you don't understand anything.
Probably
So
not.
it's probably you.
Is it Angie or Beato?
No, it's Beatrice.
Is Beatrice?
Yeah, Chick Beato.
Chick Beato, okay. No, these people aren't important right now. I have to think of a trick for escaping as soon as possible, so that I can save Butler from the closed room. I heard about Butler. It seems things have gotten quite troublesome. One-sama. I would like to save you, both as my dear sister and as part of my full self. I will tackle the puzzle of Butler's closed room in my own way, but it is difficult. It feels almost as though an ordinary chain has been made to look like a wire puzzle. A wire puzzle? Ah, those like trick ones?
Like, I guess so, like, get this
Like
ring.
what is it? Like the triangle and the circle with
Yeah.
that, okay, yeah. I heard from Lambda Doctor-san. She said that the old Beatrice would definitely be able to solve this with a trick. Don't you have any ideas? Ah, Beatrice the old... Okay. That old Beatrice is our completed form after we become one. Even I am naught but a part of her. I cannot solve it. Then you need to work together! In other words, no matter how much we think in our incomplete forms, we won't be able to understand. Both the older and the younger sister have no way of solving this riddle. Beato shook her head, chasing that thought from her mind. You gotta believe! I won't give up. That closed room rapidly eats away at the heart. Unless I can save Butler-san as soon as possible, his heart will be crushed. Of course, I have no reservations towards lending my own wisdom. However, even I cannot make anything out of this closed room. If we put our heads together, I'm sure we'll find the same answer that we would if we were joined. Please don't give up and lend me your wisdom. I still cannot understand why you are so willing to go so far for Butler. But I shall do as you ask. After all, it's a request made by myself. I will add my wisdom to yours. They're gonna do like
They're
the
thinking.
Dragon Ball fusion.
They have to. The two Beatos. Oh, she literally. they literally said that. The two Beatos are thinking together.
I wonder if those two really can save Butler.
Oh, they can. If they have the miracle of love, that is.
That's right, Zappa. They certainly can do it if they have a miracle of love on their side.
Hey, Furfur. Do you think they'll realize that we're giving them a hint for solving that closed room?
The two Beatos huddled together. Wait, what hint? I didn't see a hint.
You haven't seen the past 19 hints.
Did they actually give a hint?
I don't know.
When was the hint? Getting the three... Wait, three... No, it's a duel now. Getting them to observe? Is that the hint? Is it like a triangle? I have no idea. And I don't like having no idea.
We'll see where it's going.
Okay. The two Beatos huddled together and straining their minds with all they had. They searched for a plan to save Battler. It was as though they couldn't even see the four people glaring at each other and solemnly discussing the manner of the duel. They'll realize. If they have love, they certainly will. They were the demons of love. Love is the single element, the source of all miracles. Could a miracle of love provide an answer for a closed room trick? There it is again. Without love, it cannot be seen. I get how that catchphrase works as an abstract concept, but closed room tricks are part of a genuine, ruthless mathematical puzzle, without room for a fragment of affection in it. Just what kind of hint could these demons be talking about? Angie's on the same page as me. Thank you, Angie. I already have a certain answer. What these demons have said supports that even further. Yeah, okay, you're incredible. You always know the right answer. And you'll never tell me any of it. Going by the rule of I can't read because the sound is in the way.
You can read that. You can read that.
Going by the rule of observers until you tell me about it, it's possible that you're just pretending that you know and lying.
Exactly. That's why you need to tell us first. Everyone who doesn't do that.
Yes, I believe I do prefer a bad-mouthed Miko. Very well, child of man. To me, Amiko's sarcasm and abuse is like a ceremonial dance in my honor. You really are an irritating master. Stupid Oni-chan. Why'd you make a closed room like that yourself? Think, child of man.
Have you seen that Invincible meme? You know what Invincible is.
I don't
right?
think so.
It's like a superhero cartoon that came out this year.
Definitely not.
It's just a meme where it's like the dad standing over his son that he just... And he's like pointing at his head. He's just like, think! Just think!
Wait, the dad The superhero died
Let's,
with his son?
let's not go too into spoilers. Yeah, too many different series, alright?
Oh my goodness. Think, child of man. Thinking is not only a job for the characters within the tale. As a reader, you too have a right to enjoy thinking. And I enjoy watching you as you do. I'm willing to make a bet. Your last Miko ran out of patience and ran away from you, didn't she? You are free to enjoy yourself by scolding me. You are also free to worry over the problem, along with the two Beatos, unless you think the tale will not continue. Why? I'm a reader, right? Can't I just stay quiet and read? No. I want you to think. I want you, the reader, to think too. I don't want to use my brain, though. It doesn't work. I see. You're a pretty unpleasant author, aren't you? Of course, Angie hadn't reached the end of the manuscript she was reading.
Who's narrating now?
Do you want to take over?
Oh, I was just thinking, it's like, because we were doing Angie's narration because she was reading the story. And now we're reading the story about Angie reading the story.
Reading
so
the
who's
story.
reading the story about that?
I think it's directly directed at the reader. Would that be right?
There's so many layers. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to keep reading it?
I'm fine to keep reading, but if you want to, you can as well.
I'll read it.
Okay.
It's probably only one line anyway. 6 hours later. Oh my god. Of course, Angie hadn't reached the end of the manuscript she was reading. However, it would end with just a few pages more. What about the rest of the tale? It should continue much further than this. There should be many, many more pages remaining. Okay. Maybe you should just do it. I don't know.
Alright. Those were inside a different brown envelope, which was in Hachijo's hand. With a grin on her face, Hachijo waved the thick brown envelope about. If you want to read more, do what I tell you.
Cool. Looks like she got you, lady. That was a terrible one.
I know. Letting you read only so far for free and then stopping when it finally gets to the good part. That is the worst! Amakusa couldn't stop laughing at this evil business practice. Your own views are reasoning. That's what I want. If you tell me those now, I'll hand over the rest of the manuscript. Quit mocking me. You think I'll just do whatever you say after something like this?
Come on now, lady. Calm down. I want to read on too, so please, just chill a bit. About the rest of the manuscript, Madam Hachijo. You write about the answer to the closed room trick and the truth behind a bunch of riddles, right?
Of course. However, I've written it so that those who fail to think or consider won't understand. No, I feel like I'm being paid out by the author.
You are.
I don't like it. Someday your passionate readers are going to say you've betrayed them. I understand that, which is why I don't go out into the open. Child of man.
Can you hear that dog?
No.
Right. Anyway, This is what Madame Hachijo's trying to say. First, tell me your answer. Afterwards, you can check to see if it's right.
Correct, young man. Why is he not child of man as well?
Because he's young.
Oh, fine.
Wait, no, he is the man.
Oh my goodness.
He's not the child.
Oh my goodness. Correct, young man. It is not my intention to be mean. I do not believe that at all. I ask this because I want you to truly understand the tale's conclusion. You're really enjoying this, aren't you, Amakusa? Yeah, come to think of it, you always take those TV quiz shows totally seriously, trying to win them from your couch. I guess life's many times more fun for you than it is for me. Come, please, think. What miraculous trick could Battler get out of that closed room? I want to give the rest of the story, especially to those. No, only to those who have the thought.
You have thought. Oh, we're finally here.
Wait, was that a line or did you just say that?
I just said that.
Oh, we're finally okay. Oh, wait, this is where we started, isn't it? Is this where we started? Okay. In the Witch's Cathedral? No, considering everything that's gone on here, maybe it should be called a demon's abode. Erica, who wanted to savor the memory of her perfect victory, stood with the whole vast cathedral to herself as the flush slowly left her cheeks. Then, though she thought herself alone on that balcony, she saw a shadow. It was Lambda Delta.
Oh, it's you, Lady Lambda Delta. It's not often one of my friends... Oh, that's not friends at all. It's not often one finds you alone in a place like this.
Oh, it's you! Congratulations on your big victory! That's strange. I think I remember saying the same thing to you right here at the end of the last game. That wasn't exactly a compliment. However, Erica was in such a good mood that even those words sounded like one. How could it not be a compliment?
Because she lost the last... Or, like, she lost her flawless victory after...
Oh, why? I can't remember.
Oh my goodness. Episode 5 was like... They had the whole Battler resurrection thing where he realized the truth and then, like... He, proved that it's possible that he was, like, the child from before and that he could have done it and he wasn't necessarily the culprit.
Ah.
Remember, episode 5 was all about Erica setting up Natsuki as the culprit because she just despised it.
Yeah. It was just such a long time ago.
Such a big episode. I happened to hear what you said a short while back.
What?
I heard that you have also had the experience of being toyed with as a piece on some great witch's game board, then sealed away in some awful hell.
Erica had a crude, triumphant look on her face, as though she'd managed to pry into some embarrassing memory from the other's past. However, Lambda Delta didn't look in the least bit flustered, and instead gazed down from the balcony in silence. I have. I wonder how many years I was shut up in there. Maybe I should have counted them like Burn. No, it's probably best that I didn't. Counting the years is what made Burn break.
Are you saying that my master also fell into the hell of a logic error at some point?
She did. Though she wasn't the one responsible for that logic error. Is this a Higurashi reference?
Because she wasn't the game master.
Is it? Is it?
Who knows?
That's right. At the time, she was still a small piece that wasn't even self-aware yet. Who committed that logic error?
My master was also a witch's piece?
Yes. That kid's master is another bad one. Though she created the game herself partway through, she lost sight of what her goal was. She ended up creating something like a broken game of backgammon, where the start and goal were connected like a donut.
What do you mean she lost sight of her goal?
I'm talking about a logic error. In a backgammon game, she was unable to draw up a line of logic describing how to reach the goal she desired. So the game remained broken with no goal at all. In that case, she should have quieted down and thought of an answer herself. Instead, she despicably left even the thinking entirely to her piece Burn. Have you heard of the infinite monkey theorem?
It's a theory, no, an absurdity. Arguing that if a monkey hits random letters on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time, he'll probably end up with the exact same set of letters as Hamlet by coincidence, sooner or later.
Wouldn't that be a horrible hell? Ben was forced to type randomly on a typewriter for an eternal period of time, without even knowing the meaning of what she was doing. The Game Master was trying to get Burn to create a goal that this Game Master hadn't even thought of! Could Erica even imagine how horrible a hell that would have been? A job you have to do 100 times, and a job with a 1 out of 100 chance of success that you have to keep doing repeatedly. Probabilistically, they may look very similar, but the difference in cruelty between them is great. When you have to do a job 100 times, you steadily approach the end, get more efficient as you become more used to it. And it eventually does in the end. However, a job that succeeds with a 1 out of 100 probability doesn't reflect the hard work of the individual in the slightest. Everything is left to luck. In the worst case scenario, even the task of flipping a coin until you get heads can last more than 100 years. How many keys are there on a typewriter? About 100, maybe. What do you think the odds are of hitting those at random and getting Hamlet?
I can't even imagine. They must be unbelievably small.
That's right. It's not really any different from an endless span of time. For that dizzying sort of time, that child was forced to keep pounding on that typewriter until she typed out a miracle.
And that's why she's the Witch of Miracles.
If she hadn't been a witch, no, if she hadn't been capable of becoming a witch, she would probably still be a black cat strapped to that typewriter for eternity. That child was blessed by a miracle, succeeded in typing out a miracle, became a witch and returned from that hell alive. That hell was so long, so harsh, that her mind was completely broken. That's why she became such a mean and heartless witch. Even if you dislike your master if given the choice, right?
That's not true. I am honored to be my master's piece. My master is a powerful persecutor. Trampling over the weak is her natural right.
Because she's a human on the bully's side of life. Do you know how to create a great bully?
No.
It's easy. Bully them horribly, even if it's just for a short time, then suddenly stop and give them power. If you do that, then no matter who it is, they'll be reborn as a mighty bully. Even if you only bully them for about 3 days, you'll get them to believe that they're still a bullied kid for 100 million times longer than that, and they'll reign as the mightiest of mighty bullies.
What does that have to do with my master?
You don't understand anything about Burn. No matter what kind of ruthless, cruel, horrible scum Burn may be, I want to be the one person who knows what she's truly like. And the same goes for me. I think that kid, as a fellow survivor from hell, is the only one who can understand what I'm truly like. It sounds like you're jealous of the relationship we have, but give it up. The hell you think you're trudged through is nothing more than a blink compared to the one we crawled out of. This time, Erica was probably the one being mocked. The discouraged expression on her face clearly showed that she couldn't accept Lambda Delta's words.
If you'll pardon me for saying, I think it's the depth of the hell that's important, not the length of time spent there.
Oh! You think so, Witch of Truth, Erica?
I don't know what kind of hell you were in, Lady Lambda Delta, and I'm sure the time I spent in hell was nothing more than a blink compared to yours. However, I don't think the depths of my hell were any shallower than yours.
In part to celebrate your victory, I'll listen to what you have to say without arguing back.
From my point of view, both the hell my master fell into, which could only be escaped from with a miracle, and the hell you fell into, which I don't know about, but could be escaped from with certain willpower, were hells made to be escapable.
Aha! That's pretty bold coming from you.
I am the Witch of Truth. My hell was nothing more or less than the truth. When faced with the harsh reality of truth, no sort of willpower or miracle matters. I reached this place by overcoming that truth. I don't believe my power of withstanding the truth is in any way any inferior to yours or my master's.
So what is this power to withstand the truth?
Those who don't know cannot understand. Perhaps you two couldn't become witches of truth, because you couldn't bear to look at it directly.
Oh, Erica. I'll forgive you for those impudent words. Letting them pass with a slight nod as my present to you for your recent victory.
Thank you very much, great Lady Lambda Delta. Oh, that's unusual. It's rare to spot you two getting along.
At some point, Berncastle had appeared on the opposite balcony of the cathedral. Erica, noticing her, cried
My master!
happily and dashed over.
Lady Lambda Delta was telling me old stories about you. A tale of miracles fitting for my master with the Witch of Miracles. I'll forgive you just this once. Huh? Never speak of my past again.
A grimace rose to her face and blasted Erica's good mood away. Then she understood. Berncastle was also a witch running from boredom. She would remember if it caught up with her. Those never-ending days of hell.
This is proof that even my master still hasn't gotten over the pain and fear of hell. It means that she lacks the willpower to withstand the truth.
For the first time, Erica felt just a little disdain for her master.
My apologies. More importantly, why have you come to a place like this? I was looking for you. I wanted to give you a reward. A reward? Really? Thank you very much, my master.
Ooh! Well, I'm jealous! What are you gonna give her?
First, I acknowledge your ascension as a true witch, not just a temporary one. I'll be your guardian, Witch of Truth, Furudo Erica. Thank you very much.
All you did was remove the temporary bit. How happy can she be with a reward like that? You've got to want something more spectacular than that, right?
No, that's not true. I'm very happy already.
She's turning into Sakdara.
Of course, on the inside, Erica did want another present. Mimicking Lambda Delta, she looked at her master to see if any further rewards would be coming.
I do have one other.
Berncastle snapped her fingers. As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies gathered and summoned Butler sitting in a throne at the center of the cathedral.
Mail order husband, easy.
Of course, his eyes were blank. He was still a shell of himself, his heart trapped in the closed room that he would never be able to escape from.
That man is your reward. My reward is Battler?
Ooh, I see. Oh, I see. You're saying you make it so that Erica inherits all of this game board's territory.
That's right. Look at Battler's finger. He's wearing the ring of the one-winged eagle, symbol of the territory lord. If that becomes yours, you'll become the official lord of this territory. I don't mean you'll be under my charge. In name and reality, this territory will be yours. So I need to take that ring off Battler's finger?
Don't be stupid. There's only one ceremony where a woman gets a ring from a man's finger, right?
Erica, take Battler as your husband and become the wife of the territory lord. Take Battler as my... Yeah, that's right. If the territory lord is never to wake again, he'll need a partner to serve by his side and in his place. In other words, you will control this territory.
So, we'll hold a wedding in exchange of rings. Battler's territory, Lord Ring, will become yours.
In exchange, you will put a ring of subordination on Battler's finger. You will control and humiliate him forever, and create as many tales however you like, using this territory and game board.
Territory Lord, Erica. Any tale you wish will come true. The Territory Lord is God. Congratulations, you're going to become the god of this small but wonderful world.
Is that true, my master? Will I become the world's god? That is the final reward I will give to you. Take Battler's ring and create your own world. When that happens, you won't be my piece anymore. You'll be your own witch, and a splendid one at that. Congratulations, Lady Erica. And one day, you must welcome me when I come to visit, just like Beato once did. Yes, my master.
Why do I feel
There
like
could
this
be
is
no
a trap?
greater honor. And I'm starting to like this marriage thing. If you think about it, there could be no greater disgrace. After all, that Beatrice has apparently grown a desire to serve Battler and be liked by him. In the world that witch created, I'll marry, defile, and humiliate Battler. Oh yes, I understand. I so understand how painful it feels to have the one you love stolen away from you. And now I'm finally the one dealing out the pain. Truly, there could be no greater honor. I'm glad you like it. I knew it was the only present you'd like most in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My master.
Why is she so sweaty?
She's like, Battler.
Erica leapt down from the balcony and walked briskly towards Battler. Then she peered down at the reward she had been given. Now, isn't that a wonderful finale? You'll have a wedding, right?
Of course. A magnificent one. The perfect way to end Beato's game.
Of course you'll send Beato an invitation too, right?
Let's hope she actually comes. Okay, things are going to get busy. We have to prepare for the ceremony, make programs, send invitations.
Don't forget the wedding dress and the cake! And you'll need to get things ready for the reception! The two witches disappeared, cackling. Only the two who were to be wed remained in the cathedral.
Can you hear this, Battler-san? Do you realize what's about to happen to you? Damn it.
Battler's consciousness wasn't completely gone. It was very distant, but he was faintly tethered to reality. And that was what made it cruel. It was as cruel as though the spider called Erica had wrapped Battler up and was eating him while he was still conscious. No, she might have been like certain kinds of a wasp. It was the cruelty of paralyzing her prey while it still lived, so that she could save him for a later time and then eat him. In other words, her cruelty was that of a predator.
You can't get out of that closed room. After all, you used all that red truth to show that it was closed. So don't worry, just let yourself be trapped in there forever. Because while you do, I'll be giving your body some good, long humiliation. Let's have a mirror in our bedroom. That way you can see just how you're being humiliated with your own eyes. And let's have a birdcage hanging from the ceiling. We can stick your beloved witch Beatrice in there. What do you think? Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. This is how sweet it is to be standing on the other side.
As he listened to this mad laugh, Battler couldn't even bring a distressed expression to his face. His heart was still trapped in the closed room he had created. His body and soul would soon be trapped within a new closed room of Erica's. A closed room called marriage.
Done.
Oh no, is this how it ends?
Not marriage.
Not marriage! The door is closing.
Hey, did you hear that, Furfur?
I sure did, Zephyr. Lord Butler and Lady Erica are having a wedding.
What was the thing the bananas did?
Are
thinking
you
what I'm
thinking
thinking,
what I'm
B1?
thinking? I think
Are
I'm
you?
thinking what you are, B2.
And then it's something time?
Wouldn't it normally be something like it's breakfast time, or it's music time, or
I
it's
can't remember.
it's
That's what I was
thinking
trying to remember,
time?
just like, it's wedding time.
It's wedding time. Their words were so similar to their usual shtick that Beato had to ask them to repeat it again. What do you mean?
As you know, the territory lord of this place has had his heart sealed away and cannot speak.
It seems the beautiful Lady Erica is going to become his wife and support him in his work. The two demons explain the situation in a very simple yet dramatic way.
Beata.
Beato? I know what's going on. They're planning to take advantage of the fact that Butler's heart is sealed away, and use marriage to lock up his body as well, so that they can steal everything from him. At this rate, Butler's position as Game Master and his territory lord's ring will be stolen away. That little thief, she thinks she can do whatever she wants. Let's steal him back. This doesn't concern me, but it affects you. Then it's my business too.
Just stealing his body back won't do you any good. After all, the great Lady Berncastel has already signed the marriage certificate as a witness.
With the great witch of the Senate serving as a witness, no one can dispel that union unless one of the pair wills it. So, as I thought, unless I can rescue Butler's son's heart from that closed room, there's no way we can save him.
Then find a way to rescue him from there.
You're going to steal away the bridegroom? Ah, how wonderful! If you could do that, it would make for a tale beautiful enough for the opera. However, this closed room sealing Butler is quite difficult. The only way out is the door. And if the chain is unset, his escape will not be accepted.
And on top of that, the chain can't be set from the outside.
And now there's no one left to switch places with him. No matter how you look at it, we're stuck. If we give up, we won't be able to save him. The only way we can save him now is to keep thinking. Though Bianca looked as though she was about to burst into tears, she clenched her fists tightly. She was so frustrated with her inability to think up any brilliant plan that her heart felt as though it would burst. Zephyr and Furfur, you two are known for being among the most powerful demons. They say your magic can make the impossible possible. Couldn't you use your power and knowledge to work a plan for crushing this impossible closed room?
Yes, love can accomplish any impossible thing.
If you can't accomplish something, it means you lack enough love. Hearing that hurts.
But we're moved by the strength of will that prevents you from giving up.
Because you have that, we're sure you can bring about a miracle. Can't you at least give us some sort of hint about that miracle? We've known each other for quite some time. Can't you at least give my little sister a hint as a parting gift?
We are always giving out hints.
Hints.
Without love.
They cannot be seen.
You just lack love.
Yes, we can't see, which is why I'm telling you to show us. These two are always like this. You'll never get bored, but they can be very irritating at times like these. Zephyr and Furfur certainly were demons who possessed a great power. The power of love that they bestowed had created several miracles in the past. Miracles so great that they left marks on human history. However, those miracles were never given easily. They would give trials, tell riddles, and sometimes help the truth be realized, so that those who desired power could create that power themselves. No matter how pitiful the eyes that looked up at them, the two demons would never lend their power out of pity. As it is with gods, so it is with demons. They help those who help themselves. I understand. I'll think about it myself. I will certainly. See, demons, look at this modern, pure-hearted girl. As the demons of love, don't your hearts hurt even a little? Let's have a hint. Or could you at least give us a hint to a hint? Zephyr and Furfur looked at each other. Of course, there was no pity on their faces. However, it could be seen that, though they did find the problem amusing, they were considering what they should do next.
What'll we do, Furfur?
Can we just give a hint to a hint? Yes, that would do nicely, so let's have it. Okay.
a present
Here's a
from
present
Zeppa.
from Zeppa and Furfur. A hint
to a hint
to a hint of
of
love.
love.
Please. You can't see the answer.
Because you don't have enough love.
I told you not a hint like that. And if you don't have enough love,
Why don't you watch some lovers who are overflowing with it?
yes, unfortunately, we have two groups of lovers right here with us.
Why don't we take a peek at their fight for love?
You should watch over and observe our trial. I told you, not a hint like that. Beato the Elder yelled at them, asking for a more tangible hint. However, Zeppa and Furfur just giggled and ran about like rats. They ran about like rats? What a description! However, Beato took their hint to oh my goodness. Beato took their hint to a hint seriously. Now that the Beatos were out of it, the second trial was between George and Shannon on one side, and Jessica and Cannon on the other. Tear apart the two who are close. In other words, defeat one of the members on the opposing team. They were allowed to use any method they wanted. It could be a duel or it could be rock, paper, scissors. The four of them had alternated between speaking together, then splitting up and discussing things amongst their teams. And had apparently finally reached a decision.
Zeppa, Furfur, do you have a second? Oh, they finally called out to us.
So, George, have you decided on a format for the duel? Oh, I'm peeking my mic. Oh, no. Have fun with that. No matter how much the two demons cheered the four of them on in a joking manner, their serious expressions did not waver. Yes, we decided to hold a duel.
The duel will take place between Shannon and me.
Oh, this
That's
is a new
surprising.
soundtrack we haven't heard.
You'll be hearing it. Have we not
This
heard
is
it?
new. No, I haven't.
Yeah, you'll hear it a few more times.
That's surprising. For a one-on-one duel, we would have thought.
That George and Jessica would have fought. These guys really wanted it to be them. And they wouldn't listen.
As a man, I can't stand being unable to do anything but watch. However, Shannon's resolve will not waver. So we have no choice but to respect their decision and believe in them.
Cannon-kun,
Thank you so much for believing in me. I've always thought that if we had to fight each other directly someday, it should be done like this.
and we've realized that that day is today. Of course, we might have been able to avoid this day.
However, now this day has come, so we won't run away.
That's right. I'm not running away, so I'll be right here.
Me too. I placed my faith in Shannon. So I have nothing more to say. And even if Shannon is the one fighting, our power is one. So we'll be fighting together.
Yes, that's right. I'm just representing the pair of us.
If the lovers have decided,
Even we demons will not butt in.
so how would you like to settle this duel?
You don't mean that you want to have a literal duel, do you?
At once, both Cannon and Shannon nodded.
And the method? Pistols at dawn. That doesn't matter, as long as it's a fight to the death.
What?
If possible, we would like it to be peaceful, without suffering.
Oh, my brain. Ah! A fight to the death, but we want it to be peaceful and no... Oh. Okay.
And we would like to avoid wounding each...
You would...
What is this?
They should have
What
just played
is-
chess.
There's so many other ways they could have done this that would have met all of her criteria. But they chose the one that, like, will be pain, will be suffering, and someone dies. Oh my goodness. Let me read that again.
If possible, we would like it to be peaceful, without suffering. And we would like to avoid wounding each other unnecessarily before one of us dies.
Zappa, we should be the one to oversee this noble duel.
True. We understand you two. We will propose a noble duel, one that will honor your noble spirits.
When Zappa clapped loudly, a case with an old design appeared in the air and landed between Shannon and Cannon. Furfur nodded at them, urging them to open it. Cannon crouched down and opened the case. There were some antiques inside. They would have looked splendid hanging on the wall at some classy coffee shop. However, they were not mere decorations now. Ah.
It's the golf clubs.
These are...
It would be like sabers or swords.
I see. Just perfect for a duel.
Oh wait, fencing? What?
Pistols at dawn, what did I say?
Who hangs that up on, like, their coffee shop?
Kinzo does.
Inside the case were 2 dueling pistols. Ancient like the kind used in the Middle Ages. Yes, this was a dueling pistol case. Only those who wished for a fight to the death were allowed to open.
They have 1 bullet each. As you requested, we have imbued them with magic.
They have magical bullets, which will bring certain and painless death no matter where on your body they hit.
Basically,
That's very convenient.
they're like laser tag guns. And you just play pretend when you get shot.
Thank you very much. You are most merciful.
And what if we both miss? Normally that would be a draw. However, such a thing is not allowed in our trial.
If you both miss, you will come back and we will give you new bullets. This will repeat until one of you is dead.
I have no objections.
Me neither. I'm glad this means we can finally
Settle this.
settle this.
Ushinomiya or George, I recognize you as Shannon's, no, Sayo's witness. Understood.
Shinomiya Jessica, I recognize you as Cannon's, no, Yoshia's witness. Sure. We are responsible for this jewel.
It is our responsibility.
To see that this jewel reaches a decision.
No matter what.
When Zephyr and Furfur cried these words out, the whole area was blanketed in a gold-coloured light, and when it cleared, it had become the rose garden where golden roses bloomed.
A jewel over love, is it? How old-fashioned they are. I have seen many jewels with pistols during my 1,000 years, but I have never seen one like this. Because it's being overseen by demons? No. A duel over love is usually a fight between two people, both in love with the same single person. However, here we have a pair of lovers fighting another pair of lovers. This is quite odd. I'm sure it's because they want a miracle of magic. It seems we cannot be successful in love without such a miracle. Do you know the minimum number of people needed to create a universe? No, I don't.
Shannon and Cannon each took a pistol out of the case, returned to their respective witnesses, and checked the weapons over. Then, when they both decided that there were no problems, they checked over once more to make sure that their opponent was prepared, and nodded to each other.
If there are no problems, let the jewelers stand back to back. Then walk the decided number of steps away from each other.
Then the duel will begin on our signal. Zephyr, how many steps should they walk?
Good question. Well, maybe we should choose a number that's closely bound to this jewel.
A number closely bound? What number is that?
It's a number we know of well. It's that number which has been repeated over and over again since the time this game, this tale begun.
That number
is
19.
That's an interesting number.
I like it. It's a good number to settle everything with.
Wait, isn't 19 people how many... Oh, my voice is going. Isn't 19 people how many people were on the island? Or was it 18?
I don't know. What's the text say?
19. Whenever the illusion of a 19th person was seen on this island, on which only 18 people were supposed to be, this number was used to refer to the witch. It was the number of years needed to create this tale. It was the number of years it took to reach this unavoidable day. And it was the age of the true territory lord of this world. They'll stand across from each other, then walk 19 steps. And shoot.
That's pretty far. At that distance, the first one to shoot won't necessarily be the winner.
If one of us shoots fast and misses, that will probably be an end for them.
And if it hits, this easy game can be won without even getting a scratch.
Ooh.
Well
then,
Jewelers,
jewelers, stand with your backs together.
Jewel discs ready. Draw your cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Shannon and Cannon slowly walked towards each other, facing each other. Once they turned away, they wouldn't see the other's face again until they killed them. So this face-to-face meeting would never happen again. Thanks for everything. Getting to have a little brother like you was fun.
Thank you for letting me be me. Thank you for showing me color in the world of grey.
Why were we born, I wonder?
It would have been better if we died right after being born.
This went very macabre. That's father's sin, isn't it?
Yeah. So he can just die. Let them all die.
Yeah, everyone will die. It'll happen very soon.
Well, this just got creepy.
And right after, everyone will revive and we'll be able to see them again. We aren't birds in a cage anymore.
We will finally leave our cage and fly off to our separate worlds.
I should have had a duel like this with you long ago.
Surely, today is the day.
Yeah, it's today.
October 5th, 1986. The fated day.
The day that one of us will die.
Or maybe we'll both shoot at the same time and both die.
That might not be so bad. Even that wouldn't be bad at all.
Right. After all, even if that happens, our lives will surely be made complete.
Did we really need to have this duel?
We did. You said it yourself. We should have done this much sooner.
Radon! This is what I have on my mind. Big airborne noises. It must be Radon!
That moon is not a moon.
It's Radon coming for you on a meteorite.
Right. Because to me, you are.
To me, You are. Just
in the way now.
This is so dramatic.
Ah!
For the first time, the intent to kill flashed through the eyes of both. Why? For what reason? Why must such a day come for this pair that seems so much like siblings? Connected by a bond different from love. It was a great mystery. As great a mystery as the question of how this could be the key towards unlocking Battler Sun's closed room. If I watch over this jewel instead of running away, will I find the key to solving that closed room? I will, right? Zepar-san, Verfer-san.
Oh, I love this song.
The cathedral was beautifully decorated for the wedding between the Territory Lord, Lord Battler and Lady Erica. Ooh. Oh my goodness, why are they... I don't remember them being so, like, jacked. What is with the goats?
They do a lot of heavy lifting as servants, so, you know.
Oh my goodness. They've beefed up since we last saw them. A crowd of guests wearing goat masks filled the cathedral, waiting for the arrival of the bride and the groom. Do they all just rip their masks off at the end and be like, surprise?
Well, some of them
It was
have done
really
that.
me,
It was
character
Bone.
from episode blah blah blah. As befitted a demon weddings, it was neither solemn nor quiet, but cheery and noisy, brimming with activity. Vigilia, you look so refined. Vigilia. I feel like I need to see old Vigilia.
Doing.
You did it.
I wonder what Beato is doing.
I hear she has gone to see Zepar and Furfur. Since that powerful pair controls love, they could force even a demon king to retreat. I do hope they prove to be helpful in some way.
Oh no. Gop! You do this to me every time.
You don't have to do Nazi at least.
Sorry?
You don't have to do Nazi at least.
Yeah, that's true. I know all about those two. I think you know as well as me that they won't hand over their power easily.
True. However, that is precisely why they are capable of granting a power.
Can lead to miracles. Does that make sense? Why they are capable of granting a power can lead to... Okay. That can
No,
lead to
I think there's
miracles, I
something...
think.
Yeah, there is something
Yeah.
missing there. At any rate, if we can just free Battlequin's heart from that closed room, we should be able to manage something here. Closed rooms are your favorite, are they not, Gup? Can you think of any tricks? This is a nasty one. Battler and Erica have been dropping red truths all over the place. I can say for certain that it's impossible to escape from the inside on one's own.
So, after all, the only way is to have someone else trade places with him and set the chain.
If someone does appear like that, saving Battler should be easy. There's a full 11 people, right? Those 11 are sealed on the second floor of the guest house. If we could somehow slip them out of there.
I see. Solving the problem of Battler Summer's closed room is equivalent to solving the problem of either closed room on the guest house's second floor.
Exactly. Limiting your thoughts to Battler's guest room would be like getting trapped in a mental closet room on your own. The closed room we need to break open to save Battler isn't that great a room. Isn't that guest room. It's the closed rooms in the guest house. Most unfortunately, we of Eisenjungfrau have been placed in charge of the 2 rooms in the guest house. And you guys specialize in seals and barriers. However, that was quite impressive, Miss Garp. You realize that the closed room you should destroy to save Butler is in the guest house. The ceremony will begin soon, but why not reconstruct the scene as a way to kill time until then? Are you sure about this? Doesn't this violate the obligation of confidentiality you have as Lady Erica's pieces? That is no problem. Surely, if you first have the seals around the scene confirmed and fall into despair, you will be able to celebrate this ceremony more sincerely. How confident! I'll take that challenge. Leah, let's have ourselves a little snack before the ceremony.
With that, dear ladies of Eisen, we humbly ask that you reconstruct the scene for us.
We hear and obey. This is the cousin room. The next room over has the exact same layout. Carry out your inspection however you please.
This room has Genji, Goda, Cannon, and then Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica, for a total of 6 people.
The next room over has Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa, and Nanjo for a total of 5 people. Don't be stupid, everyone. Who's in this room doesn't matter anymore. We need to find out how to escape from it. You're right. The door and windows are sealed, so we must somehow escape from some other place. You know what? I know all about how you having people like to use momentum to dodge issues. This is no closed room. Right? Please allow me to speak. Let it be known that the closed rooms in our charge are perfect. You were in charge of the window seal on Kinzo's room last game, right? Just how did Butler let Kinzo escape from that room? That was no fault of Cornelia's. The blame rests on her superior, me. This is exactly the same as Kinzo's study. It's the windows.
This closed room can be broken by the windows. This trick of yours is just plain obvious.
How? Lady Erika sealed the entire room, right? That means the entire room is sealed, including the windows.
I see. It would seem that we have been misinterpreting the definition of these seals. Closed rooms sealed by the packing tape are not impossible to break. They form no prison.
That's exactly it. Seals definitely prove that a room is a closed room. However, they don't prove that a room will remain as such. They only prove that the room is a closed room as long as the packing tape is not broken.
We are not trying to deceive you in any way. As long as the packing tape is intact, they are guaranteed to be closed rooms. That is all.
Then why the windows? Why is it that we can break this closed room with the windows?
It's simple. We just tear the packing tape apart and jump out. I don't know what the outside wall of the guest house is like, but it must have enough foothold for that girl to crawl up and stick packing tape on the outside without anyone noticing. Oh, that's right, she was a spider, wasn't it? They said she, spidered her way up the side of the building.
If you break the packing tape, we will immediately know that the seal has been broken. And we have already proven that the seals were intact at the time of Battler's logic error.
Just wait for the next Spider-Verse movie, starring Erika Furuda.
True. It's true that at the time, you proved that the seals weren't broken. That's how you tricked us into thinking that these were closed rooms. The logic of seals equals closed room doesn't always apply.
Closed room?
Garb's speciality was dealing with the finishing blow in a closed room mysteries. She leaned back and looked down at the short Dillonor as though a challenge such as this was like taking candy from a baby. Dillonor looked up with a bold expression, and sparks flew between them.
What do you mean? Seals equals closed room is wrong. That's insane.
Remember, Leah? Which seals did Erica and the others show us at that time? Which seals did they show were still intact?
I see. This is the sort of falsification that the Great Court of Heaven likes to practice.
I cannot let that remark pass. What is your complaint?
Come on, I've been saying it this whole time. It's the windows. It's true that you people used those seals to seal them in. That included the windows. And at the time you added those seals, that counted as proof. So far, so good. But you know what? After that, anyone in this room could have done it. Who was it here again? Gansey, Goda, Cannon, Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica. It could have been any of them. All they had to do was tear the packing tape on the window, slip out from there, and save Battler.
But at the time of the logic era, it was proven that the seals were intact.
Incorrect. At that time, Lady Erica only verified the status of the seals on the doors.
Yes, come to think of it. At that time, Lady Erica just showed the doors of the 2 rooms and claimed that the seals were intact for each other. She never mentioned the seals on the windows.
That's correct. It's probably true that the seals on the doors and windows were perfectly secure when they were added. However, at the time of the logic era, you only confirm the status of the seals on the doors. In other words, since the time Erica left the guest house, it was not forbidden for someone to break through the windows and leave whenever they wished. What do you say? I've got you now, haven't I? This is how you do things.
Commander Dillinor, it's nearly time.
It seems the bride and groom have arrived. This ends our chat. We will meet again later. Dillinor, why must you be this way? Why the evil laugh?
With a happy-looking grin on her face, Dillinor looked around. And then she turned around and walked away. But that must have hit her where it hurts. Garp wouldn't let her get away. She grabbed the other's shoulder. Wait right there! Tell us whether or not the seals on the windows were still set at the time of the logic era. If you don't, anyone in that room could have saved Butler.
And who do you think would have been capable of such a rescue?
It doesn't matter who. Then, just by personal preference, I'll name Cannon-kun. Cannon-kun. He seems agile and hiding his presence is his speciality. He's the perfect person to follow after Erica and come quickly to Butler-kun's rescue.
Cannon. Impossible.
Impossible? Come now, we can't trust what you say with normal words. Use the red truth. Swear upon that red longsword of yours.
Miss Garp, our sacred wedding is about to begin here. You asked me to draw my sword in a sacred place such as this. How inelegant and rude. Let's do this some other time. Goodbye. She just kick her?
It's possible for Cannon to save Butler. After Erica sealed the room, he left by the window, switched places with Butler-kun in the guest room, set the chain lock and hid in the closet.
Impossible. The window seals were also intact. Of course, this is at a time of the logic era.
Gapard's rapid reverse roundhouse that followed her blue wedge crossed with Dilinor's red longsword, and both pointed at the other's throat. The once peaceful mood of the wedding broke apart. Several goat guests whispered to each other, wondering why those two seemed to be fighting.
Okay, so you can count that. Why didn't you just say so in the first place?
We thought that Beatrice might eventually reach that thought. Then barge in on the wedding with that as the key to Butler's escape. I do not think that you would press us first and force us to show our hand.
You do fight dirty, don't you? You were trying to trap Beato by making her suspect the windows, then turn the tables on her.
What else should a human who guards the bride be expected to do? Are you satisfied now? A demon world style wedding truly is vulgar and barbaric. If you would excuse us.
Wait up, you haven't fooled me yet. When you mentioned window seals just now, you were talking about the ones on the room where Cannon was. The cousin room, right? Then what about the windows on the next room over? All you've done is shown that the rescue would have been impossible for Cannon. There's still a chance for the human in the next room over.
How very persistent. Did she just kill Gob?
We apologize for our rudeness. We are the Siesta Sisters, Imperial Guards in charge of security at this ceremony. I am afraid I must ask you both for your stamped invitations.
Dylanor. Hey, Nox, I am with the bride's party. Here is my stamped invitation. Also, here are my credentials as bodyguard to the bride.
Confirmed, it's Chief Nux. Welcome to Lord Butler's wedding. I'm Gup.
Sorry, let me do that again.
I'm Gup. I'm with the groom's party. Here's my invitation and... Ah, crap.
You didn't get it stamped at the reception desk, yeah?
I came here directly, so I didn't go by the reception desk. It's still unstamped.
Why do you always have to do that at times like this?
Garpsummer, my apologies, but we'll have to ask you to come with us to a different room.
Dylan watched, shrugged, and turned away.
Wait there, Dylanor. Respond to my blue truth.
If you want the opinion of the Great Court of Heaven, please fill out an application in accordance with court procedures.
Allow me to speak. Know that the ticket window is open from 10 a.m. to 5 on weekdays. Lunch break runs from 12 to 1:15.
Allow me to speak. Know that the use of whiteout or strike-throughs is not permitted when filling out forms.
There's a rumor that they refuse copycat applications for the same thing, yeah?
That's an urban legend! Probably.
Let us provisionally accept that blue truth verbally. It will be put on hold until the proper forms are received and duplicate submissions are not allowed.
I don't understand. Can you respond to my blue truth, or can't you?
What just happened just then? Did I just like get rid of Chiasa's sister 00?
I think it's... She's... what's the word? Flailing about, and then they're just like... restraining her.
If you fill out the application on Monday, we should be able to have an answer for you by the end of next month.
Are they just stalling? It feels like they're just stalling.
Duplicate submissions are forbidden, so the blue truth you just spoke will be unusable during this wedding ceremony. Oh! This is in accordance with the laws of evidence from the official Great Court Regulations, Article 214, Section 15, regarding the prevention of duplicate submissions.
Please allow me to speak. Know that it is forbidden for Bluetooth to be used if based on the argument that the window seals of the next room over were torn at the time of the logic error.
Please allow me to speak. Know that the opposing side is under no obligation to respond to the aforementioned blue truth.
Cowards! Hey, let me go! Rabbit band! What on earth?
A motorbike.
The Chiesta sisters led Galp away.
Oh.
Just when she thought she'd reached the core, they had underhandedly refused to respond. However, this is a big clue. Oh my goodness, even the author is telling me when there's clues and I don't get them!
Well, the whole room is open to potentially rescuing Battler. One room.
Yeah. Sorry, I need a sip of... Okay. However, this is a big clue. There's a chance that the window seals on the next room over have been broken. In other words, it might be possible for Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shannon, or Nanjo to save Battler. And yet, just now, that move was sealed away. The use of any blue based on the window seals on the next room over might have been broken, has been prevented. It's now impossible to claim that the 5 who could have saved Battler were the ones who did it.
What the hell? That's the answer, isn't it? I also noticed that they hadn't proven the window seals were intact.
Yeah, sure you did, Angie. You never said anything about it, did you? You were complaining about that before, weren't you?
But if they can't use the blue truth, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're laughing at me again because you alone have discovered the answer. My apologies, child of man. I'm having trouble just as you are. I can't believe I'm hearing you say that.
I also realized that the windows of the next room over were left available. However, I hadn't imagined that the use of that argument would be prevented.
Doesn't this seriously violate the rules? I mean, how can a quiz be fair if you can't say the right answer? Isn't this a logic error for the other side?
We can also view the fact that the tale is continuing as proof that it wasn't a logic error. In other words, that's not me speaking.
In other words, there's some other answer completely unrelated to the windows of the next room over.
Or it may be possible to explain, without discussing the windows, how one of those 5 came to Butler's rescue.
If they can't talk about the windows, they'll have to find a different way to leave that room. That practically makes the next room over a closed room.
Yes, that is why I am also stuck. Because of these strange seal proclamations, the 2 rooms have once again become closed rooms. Most likely.
Most likely what? If you're so vastly intelligent, what kind of answer have you found?
There is no answer.
No answer? What do you mean?
There is no way out except for the windows of the next room over. And yet we are not allowed to include those windows in our reasoning. There probably is no answer for this closed room.
And if so, what next?
Since no answer exists, then defeat is absolutely certain for whichever player is burdened with the responsibility of explaining.
So we have no moves left?
In other words, that statement of Dillinois was the final blow?
Doesn't this make it checkmate?
No, one move does exist. However, that move is one that can never be used again. And it is also a part of Beato's heart.
You mean one of the greatest riddles of this tale?
Precisely. By using that, or possibly...
Featherine sighed deeply. It was something she hadn't done once before now. I see. So, as long as this tale has been, it's finally time for the curtain to close, exposing the answer to this riddle means the same as finally killing Beato. But perhaps Battler is the only one qualified to make that decision. If he weaves such a tale as a game master, no one will be able to stop it now. The greatest riddle of this tale will probably be revealed very soon.
In the next episode of...
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
A deep sound reverberated through the cathedral.
Woo! I just dropped my mic.
Oh, this is a new track as well. It was the sound of the several dozen Chiesta sisters, Imperial Guards, members of the Honor Guard, who stood in a line across the cathedral and stamped their heels in unison. It brought about total silence even before the demons running the ceremony spoke.
Let us have silence, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the wedding of Lord Butler, Territory Lord, and Golden Sorcerer, and Lady Erica, the Witch of Truth.
Zephyr and Furfur had appeared in the center of the cathedral. Having them invited to host a wedding was a great honor. Though they had asked for silence, the attendants who packed the cathedral welcomed the two demons with an enormous applause.
Oh, it's Zeppa and Furfur. Then what about Beato?
She may have already snuck onto the grounds.
They searched for Beato in the crowd of several hundred people, but they couldn't find her anywhere.
I wonder if Beato managed to find a way to save Butler-kun.
If she managed to gain Zeppa and Furfur's power, then I'm sure she has. There exists no miracle that cannot be gained after receiving their strength.
And if she didn't?
Then that goat biting its handkerchief over there is probably her. Then let us welcome the bride and groom. Looks like they're wearing dinner plates.
It does a bit. Please give them a grand welcome and celebrate them as they start on their new life.
Come out, bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
Walk the path of the shackles, called marriage.
Which will bind you until the grave.
The big doors in the back of the cathedral slowly opened.
We haven't seen new sprite Erica dress.
No, I haven't. And then the Territory Lord and his beautiful bride came into view. Arm in arm, the pair slowly began to walk down the path to the grave lined with red carpet. The Chiesta honor guards stood at attention along either side of that path, raised their adorned bayonets with mechanical precision, and made sure that no evil could block the path of the pair that walked down. Chiesta's sister that weren't part of the honor guard were stationed all over the cathedral, hiding behind pillars and the like, keeping an eye out for any intruders.
00, calling 45 and 410. Any irregularities? Ceiling snipers all clear, yeah?
For 10 and 45 were on top of a massive chandelier hanging from the cathedral ceiling. Several other sniper pairs could be seen stationed on top of other chandeliers. This seemingly festive cathedral was actually being heavily guarded in places that the attendants wouldn't notice.
Currently, we are simultaneously targeting 36 attendants suspected of being Lady Beatrice, as well as 131 in positions from which an attack might be launched. Surveillance is in progress.
Don't let your guard down. Lady Beatrice will almost certainly stage an attack on this wedding. That'd be so cool. Breaking in to steal the bride, yeah?
Fontaine, he's the groom, not the bride.
But he's playing the bride's part, yeah?
That's true, actually.
The Chiesta sniper teams on the chandeliers used super high efficiency observers to track the movements of the several hundred attendants. If any one of those made any suspicious movements, the Chiestas had been given permission to fire immediately. The one on that chandelier is Chiesta 127. That overkilling monster sniper could pulverize a human target from 2 kilometers away.
Do we get to see them? Oh, no? Okay.
The one on the chandelier across from that is Chiesta 20. Her firing rate is 6,000 shots per minute. However, she's using a portable magazine this time, so 2 seconds is all it'll take for her to use up her ammo.
Lazy bum can barely do her job for 2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be me. Well, it's too late.
Slowly, and making a show of it, the two walked down the red carpeted path. Battler's eyes were blank. If you looked closely, you could probably tell that Erica was dragging him by the arm she held. In other words, they weren't walking together. This was a ceremony for Erica to show off to everybody that this man belonged to her. Behind the bride and groom walked the 7 sisters of Purgatory, who held long ceremonial arms in the shape of the one-winged eagle.
That moron Butler! What's he lazing about for? This is why people call him incompetent.
I don't recognize this one. What's Leviathan the stake of?
Envy, I think. Oh wait, it's this one.
Wait, which one's which, sir?
Screw. I'm pretty sure it's Envy.
Did you do envy or did I do envy?
She? Wait, which one is she? Yeah, Envy. I can't remember. I can understand Beatrice Summers' pain better than anyone else. It's all because that stupid battler caused the logic error. Stupid. I think I did this one, you can do it, because I think, yeah.
Beatrice Summer will not fall to sloth and let this wedding go on.
Oh, it's been so long. Of course. Beatrice Summer is greedy. She won't let someone else take her. She won't let someone else take away her favorite toy. She'll definitely show up. I swear she had a different color hairstyle.
This is Bill's.
I I hear the reception's gonna have tons of delicious food.
I want to wear a wedding dress now.
Berncastle and Lambda Delta were in the noble seating on the balcony. They were sipping some bizarre carbonated cocktails as they looked down upon the show.
What a splendid wedding dress! I love stuff like this.
This is just the opening performance.
That's pretty cruel. Which event do you think will be the headliner? Don't tell me you really think Beata will come. As you know well, Butler's closed room is perfect. How could Beata win? Right?
You must have heard it too. There's a chance that the window seal on the room next door has been torn. It seems that Dillinor has managed to seal that path off for now, but she just denied the concept instead of sealing the actual window. It'll fly out the window again. This one-winged eagle thing.
Wanna bet?
On where the Beato comes.
I bet she comes with certainty.
I bet she comes miraculously.
This isn't going to work.
The Witch of Certainty and the Witch of Miracles were both sure that Beato would come. However, they were very interested in exactly how she would break the closed room and take Battler back.
You've been watching from behind the scenes, so you probably know. You know what the trick is.
More or less. But Eric has done a hell of a job, so even now I'm stumped.
Liar. I'm sure you've found one already. There does exist a trick that can save Battler, right?
That does. But it's tough.
And if that move is used, part of Beato's heart will be exposed. Isn't that right?
Oh, so you already know.
Hey, wanna change our bet?
To what?
To whether Beato or Erica wins.
Sure, if you're willing to bet on Erica.
I'll do it.
Oh, are you betting on Erica? And why do you think you can win?
If this trick is a part of Beato's heart, then Battler, the Game Master, will hesitate at exposing it, and so they cannot win. It will probably be a draw. I'm sure they'll sidestep the issue somehow and run away.
Butler has sworn to let Beato rest in peace. Burn, you're just being too naive.
The bet was made based on the assumption of that certain miracle that Beato would come. Virgilia, who was standing in the front row, tried to call out as soon as Battler walked by. She tried to tell him that the window seal in the next room over hadn't been checked, hoping that this would give him a hint. However, she had been marked perfectly. The instant she tried to lean forward, two Chiesta sisters right behind her grabbed her arms. That powerful force told her that she wouldn't be able to move even a step forward. Trapped, she was forced to stand there and watch as Battler walked past.
Battler-kun.
Even now, he is fighting in that closed room all by himself. However, he cannot get out by his own power alone. Unless someone comes to save him, he cannot get out.
Unless that child comes to save him, Battler-kun will be trapped.
If there is a key to that closed room, I am certain Milady will find it. Milady, I am sure you have gone through many trials in your life, but please, this is one trial that you must overcome. I am certain that you can do it. I, Ronove, do not doubt that in the slightest.
The bride and groom's procession slowly advanced down the path to the grave and reached the altar. Though walking slowly was ceremonious and proper etiquette, it was also tiring. Erica glanced over at Battler. Of course his eyes were blank. His heart was still inside that closed room. Once more the sound of the Chiesta honor guard stamping their heels rang out loudly. Silence returned to the cathedral again. Now the wedding ceremony would finally begin.
People live for the sake of love. Therefore today you have fulfilled the purpose of your lives.
Oh, how great is the power to live, the power to love. I pray that the brightest of this day blesses these two for a time.
A time? Come now.
Come now, you who
who
love,
love
one
one
another.
Make
the oath of love.
In the place of the husband who cannot speak.
Let the wife make the oath on the behalf of the pair.
Battler swears to Erica, and Erica swears to Battler, to support each other both in sickness and in health. I didn't catch that, Battler-san. If you have some objection, please say it a bit more clearly, in a loud voice. It. If you have anything further to say, please get yourself out of that logic error closed room first. Don't worry, I'll support you until that day comes. You have heard
the pair's oath of love.
Oh, let this oath be eternal.
The thunderous applause celebrated their marriage of subordination. After the oath, they would symbolize the bond. It was the exchanging of the rings. The territory lord's ring, with the one-winged eagle engraved on it that sat on Battler's finger, would become Erica's. By this, she would become the ruler of this game board. And in exchange, Battler's finger would be given a diamond ring that Erica had prepared.
He really is the bride.
At a glance, it just looked like a ring adorned by a large diamond. However, this cursed ring would force Battler into eternal subservience and mark him as another's property.
Yes, let the pair exchange rings.
Since the husband's fingers cannot move, let his wife support him.
Erica respectfully took Battler's right hand, then slowly pulled off the Territory Lord's ring that had been on his finger. That was the ring that Beato had entrusted him with. Erica stole it away.
This is the ring that woman left behind, right? How does it feel to have that stolen away by a woman like me? Huh? I can't hear you. Please say it one more time.
Go to hell.
Oh, that. Well, then there's no need to worry, Battler-son.
Erica pressed her lips up against Battler's earlobe as if biting it, and told him where they were.
We're already there.
Then, slowly, she took Beato's ring, which she had stolen from Battler, and slipped it onto her own left hand.
And now, bride, you may give the groom your ring.
That's one hell of a ring! A shackle that'll hold him in place for all time.
Yeah, it's custom made.
Even Butler's blank eyes could see the diamond ring Erica held. It was like Erica herself. On the outside it shone beautifully, and possessed an absolute hardness that would bend to no one's will. On the inside, to symbolize never letting go of the prey it had latched onto, it had 8 sharp thorns pointing inwards. If they had been growing out on the outer side, it would have looked like the collar of a guard dog from hell. However, whoever heard of putting those on the inside? By twisting the diamond, those thorns could slide in or out. In other words, if you twisted it after thrusting the finger inside, the inward-facing thorns would bite out. Ow! Never releasing it until the end of time. Then even his soul would be trapped, and his body, mind, and soul would be forced to serve Erica for all eternity.
Are you kidding me? Who the hell would wear a ring like that? That wasn't even me.
He couldn't even finish speaking that simple phrase. And furthermore, those awkward words were the only ones he could resist. She raised Butler's left hand and stroked his ring finger as if tasting it. Erica pressed the ring of subordination against the tip of his finger. If a ring is made to fit too tightly, it can be painful and hard to take off. However, this ring was never intended to be removed for life anyway, so this inner band had been mercilessly narrowed. Even without the thorns, forcing a small ring like this on would hurt.
Yeah, go on.
Nope, this is not me.
What did you say? Oh, are you gonna read it?
No, I was gonna read it, and then I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not me.
This ring will seal up your body, heart, and soul for all eternity, and you'll become an eternal living doll. I won't even let you die. You'll be endlessly defiled and humiliated by me.
Do you think that's what happened to Beato?
Yeah, I mean, basically is.
Wait, what do you mean? It clearly is. Like, do you think it's what Kinzo did to her? Because there's often, like, talks of her being, like, just a trapped, like, bird in a cage is used a fair bit, and there's some things that it sounded like Kinzo did some sinister stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of something else, but that's possible too, I guess.
And every time I forget the taste of victory, I'll use your body to remind me. Over and over again. If you've got the guts to bite off your tongue, now's the time. Once this goes on your finger, you won't even be able to do that.
Battler didn't even have the strength to bite his tongue. Even if he had, he didn't want to give up before finding a way to escape the closed room. So he couldn't kill himself. However, if he accepted the ring, he would never be able to even think about escaping from the room, much less commit suicide. What is that? So creepy and I don't like this.
Stop. It. No way.
Oh.
Look. I am sticking your finger in.
Oh.
Gah. It hurts. Gah.
It wasn't just the pain of having his finger forced through the tight ring. Oh. Yuck. The curse of the ring fiercely tormented Battler's body from the inside. That pain would always torment Battler. But fortunately, the power of the ring even stole away the heart that could understand that pain. Erica kept screwing the two small demons' ring on.
It hurts. It's impossible. There's no way it'll fit. Don't worry. It will fit. No problem.
With an obscene laugh, Erica let a silver thread drip from her mouth and soaked the finger and the ring.
Please relax. We'll stick it in all at once. Please don't resist uselessly. It'll hurt less if you don't resist, okay? You see, now it's sliding right in. No.
I just need some reverb.
No!
Slowly, Battler's finger went deeper through the ring. He was pushed through the iron ring of pain and humiliation, which would never be removed again.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Look
Wow.
at that stone.
Come on.
Battler, so pretty and bridely.
Look, okay? It's in all the way to the base, see?
That's not to the base.
It hurts. It hurts. Gah. Take it off.
Shouldn't his finger be bloody and raw?
Well, they gotta twist the diamond to turn the thing then.
The demon's ring tightened around the finger, so much that it seemed the finger would snap off along the bone. Could Battler's hazy expression of anguish really describe how unbearable this filthy pain was?
Okay. Now that it's on all the way, let's add the final touch, shall we? After this, you'll be mine forever.
Erica touched the ring's diamond knob. If she twisted it, the thorns would bite in and never let go again.
No. Stop it. Sure. Just say, "Forgive me, Erika-sama," and I'll stop. Really? Please forgive me, Erika-sama. I swear to spend the rest of my life as your dog with the collar around my neck, so at least spare me that ring. If you can say that, I won't make you wear the ring. Fug. I can't really hear you. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. For making you suffer like this? No. I'll never forgive you. For defiling Beato's ring.
The battler's eyes had supposedly been forced into a muddled condition. They appeared strong for just an instant. However, it really was only for an instant. Battler had used up the last of his fleeting resistance, just to say those words. In his dim consciousness, he had even bitten his own tongue to stay alert, so that he could say those words of resistance until the very end.
Of course. It seems you aren't the kind of dog that can be tamed. But it's better that way.
Erica smiled. Then she turned the diamond. In that instant, Battler let out a voiceless scream as he threw his head back.
Oh.
It's not voiceless.
His howl had no voice and could be heard by no one. However, it still rang out throughout the cathedral.
Game over.
It feels like it.
That was a big one.
So that means we lose we've lost Beato. We pretty much lost Battler. We lost Anji.
We've lost an entire island of people.
I mean, I don't know. Do the other family members really count?
Excuse me?
They're just not like as conscious. They're not like talking. Besides Natsuki,
Just because
she
they're
was
not
talking to them.
magical.
No, I don't know.